Hello! Visual. I'm getting a bit of a sore throat. I'm getting a cough, and when I get a cough, I'm able to hit them notes.
I'm getting a bit of a sore throat, to be fair, but I think that's due to a cold coming.
I think mine's either a change of fags, because a change of fags usually give me a sore throat, because I'm buying some stuff that the boys will bring up from holiday, or I think it's just because I'm constantly screaming, like, see when I'm working that.
I don't know, like.
See, I'm always shouting, like, not like I'm like just being a dick, messing around, screaming weird, stupid, nonsensical stuff.
Or you could have AIDS.
Hey, I'm not sure about that, but I am HIV positive! Woo! So I can hit them nice. But yes, it's a good eye. Just Chris, ramble on and talk. I have something quite funny to bring up with you, Chris. That's so fucking, absolutely, just fucking stupid as fuck. But well, it's a new conspiracy I read about the other day. I've even took notes on it, hence why I've got this, because there's no Moon Knight to cover. We're done. There's no whatever to cover.
Well, did you know?
Oh, what have you got for me? I better spark up a fag before you get here.
Did you know?
Swagging a Coca-Cola.
If you go to China.
If you go to China.
If you go to China.
Yeah.
For 1 week.
Yeah.
For 31 yen.
If I go to China for 1 week for 31 yen.
Yeah. If you go to China, right?
Yeah.
Just pause.
Yeah.
For 1 week for 31 yen.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Rent a girlfriend.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Do you mean rent a girlfriend? Because I saw us in a TV show. Someone like Carl Pilkington maybe went to somewhere like that. I don't know if it was China. And he rented a family, a dad, a mum, a wife, a kid. You know, just because it was like they were doing the TV show. Was it the same thing? But
as weird as it sounds, the family, not the girlfriend, I would do that.
Would you?
Yeah, because I would get their cooking, their hospitality, because they're
I
all
don't want to cook.
They're all fucking. When a guest comes, they go all out.
It's more the Japanese, the ones
they
with
go
that.
all out.
The Japanese are the ones that are the pinnacle of hospitality.
Yeah. So I would actually do that. I would go to Japan or China, and I'm like, Dorothy, James. Matilda, come and rent your little family.
See, there's curriculum. That doesn't get some a benefit, but I would rather, see if I went there just on my own, I would rather pay somebody that was like just like a regular, our age or whatnot, just to hang with us for the week, just to show us around.
No.
I would rather that me, because obviously if me and you went to Hong Kong right now, we would have to, and apparently it's either Tokyo or Hong Kong are the world's most hardest cities to get around. Even though Hong Kong is its own country inside of China, that's a different issue. So it would be nice to have somebody there with our own age, with potential similar interests.
Yeah, but look, you could float around each week, and each week you'd have a new family, and new food, and new hospitality.
Yeah, but
mint.
Yeah, might benefit you a bit more, but as long as I know where the fast food restaurants is, just go to Burger King, fine, done, dusted.
Yeah, I'm not fussed about that. I want to try their food.
Well,
I'll try crabs on a stick.
I don't.
Salt and pepper
You
crickets.
get that fucking down at feet, can't you?
Salt and pepper crickets and all that shit. I'll try all that.
To be fair, you could probably smell that shit without a fucking host. You could probably, because they're always everywhere. Like they're not European markets, whatever their equivalent to our European market would be. They're always fucking everywhere.
I mean, mint.
But no, I just need some saying. Listen, mate. It's like if we were in Japan. Where's all the Pokemon stores and the Pokemon centers and shit? Right, we'll go down here. Oh, sweet, nightlife. Let's go out for a night out. Sweet, come on then. Because I always watch like Max Murphy who does the Pokemon cards. He goes to Japan a lot, does the shopping, and does the nightlife cracking. It just looks so fucking fun. But obviously, I don't need a girlfriend.
No, I'm not fussed about renting a girlfriend.
I
But renting a family, mint. And I also have to, if I do go, especially Japan, I have to go to a drifting event.
To go to a drifting, what do they just hold drifting events?
Yes.
That's not me taking a piss there, because that sounds like a drifting event.
Either around some circuit or around some Takanawa Hills.
Can you not watch any in Britain, like?
Huh?
Not watch any in Britain?
Well, yeah, but it's Japanese shit. It's originally from there, so you have to do it.
Oh, they actually invented drifting.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Oh, they did. I tell you, I'm taking a piss. But I actually didn't know that if the Japanese event, mate, like I said, Japan, apart from New Zealand, is one of the best countries ever because they give me 50% of what I love. So they have a national Pokemon Day, for fuck's sake, mate. It's a bank holiday for them.
There you go.
So,
Move to Japan and you get like your Pokemon day.
see, all I want to do is look at all the anime shit, and then I want to go to the deer garden where you just sit and chill with the deers and feed them. Oh, that looks
Only
beautiful.
certain times of the year though.
No, when B's brother went, they were there all the time.
No, I thought it was only certain times.
I thought this was something like that, but he said he's been a few different times. Every time we went there, they were there. Because I'm assuming now that they've kind of made it a home because they know that they're going to get fed there.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I could guess. Like they know.
It's like a regular cat if you constantly feed
Yeah,
a cat.
because there's always humans there, so the deers might know they should stay here. We're always going to get fed.
Yeah.
So, but it was just kind of bad because if the humans ever leave, if the deers keep getting used to it, they'll be obviously they'll revert back eventually. But it looks like us. If we reverted back now, we would struggle.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be the same with it'd be the same with the deers.
The weather changed for me.
Be fags and no dairy milks. Gone. But I might be able to find coffee somehow, somewhere. I have to find somebody who knows what they're doing.
Like some vegan leaf coffee.
Yeah. Vegan leaf coffee. I started doing coffee in tea bags.
Have you?
I don't see the point. It just adds an extra effort of making a coffee.
Yeah.
Because you now have to dispose of the bag. Just keep it as a beat.
Yeah.
But apparently they do it because each bag has the right measurement for what sort of blend, whatever you want. But you can't, for me personally, you can't go wrong with a cup of coffee as long as it's wet and warm.
I don't mind a cup of coffee. I prefer a smooth, milky coffee to a dark, strong coffee like you have.
Yeah, we'll see. I will happily have coffee, bean and water. That'll do me. It's not my favourite, but I'll happily have it. That's all you got to give.
I like that I work with Jeff. He has a massive scoop full of coffee and water. That's it. It's black
See,
as out.
that to me sounds beautiful.
Now,
see, I'd like to be. You could probably get it over here. You know, a lot of Americans set their alarms, don't they, with the coffee machine, and the alarm goes off in it. But it's just like the black and the pot.
A good friend of mine, she had a coffee maker. So, and I wasn't going back.
Yeah, the little glass jug that you see in the diners in America. They carry around. You'll tap your coffee, hon.
So you'll definitely get one over here, Dan.
Yeah,
I recommend
probably.
you should buy one.
Well, it's either that or just keep shouting, "Ah!" It's one of them. Or no, I always say, "Big coffee." I make coffee all fucking day. Why would I want to make you one?
Your mum to make it, or you've got a barista, literally.
He doesn't ever want to make coffee.
He doesn't ever want to make coffee.
Which I don't blame her, but if she ever wanted a tub of water, I'd give her a tub of water. Oh, you've got a bit of Lego. Where have you got that Lego from? You got fatted.
No.
Let's investigate quick.
He's going to investigate.
So, the
Lego's been destroyed. Oh, I'm pinching one.
Initial damage.
I'm pinching a 12, people. Don't tell Dan.
I think we're alright. It might be a bit from something he's already previously destroyed. He destroyed something the other day.
What did you destroy?
These little Mando ship. So it might be from that, but I hope so anyway. It's not from my battery. That was my initial thought. Where the fuck were we? I've lost myself.
Renting a family.
Oh yeah, right. So yeah, none of that. I don't need to pretend to fucking have parents. As long as I had a guy to. I watched last night. A lad who, you might know him. It's there's this black lad that goes around and like he trolls racists and shit like that. Like he's big on like Lad Bible and shit. He gets like 17 million views out of it. He's hilarious. He did a video when the EDL were kicking off about like Muslims and stuff. And he's interviewing this proper crackhead white woman in like London or something. And he's like, oh, so what did they take? And she's like, they took our jobs and they take our money. And he goes, did they also take your teeth? And she went, yeah. Because obviously he asks questions like that. But he interviewed one of the leaders of the KKK yesterday.
I've seen that one. I didn't watch it, but I've seen that.
Yeah, it got uploaded yesterday. And it was fucking... he managed to get the leader of the KKK
to do a rape or something.
They bring it up as like news articles and shit. But everything he does is a comedy. He just does it to troll them. And he made the leader say Black Lives Matter, but in like weird stuff. He introduced himself as Iron Anonce. So when he introduced it, the guy says, "I'm doing an interview with Iron Anonce and all this stuff." And it's like, oh my god, you fucking legend. There's nothing better than watching a racist look like a fucking prick. He absolutely destroyed his life and his. So it was a fucking hilarious watch.
Shot, then,
Well, he said because there's this place in Arkansas that's been named the most racist place in the world, and he got there and not a single one of them are racist. Like he meets these random guys that are all having a Magic the Gathering tournament.
Alabama was?
No, apparently this has been labelled as because it's the ones where some guy went there with a Black Lives Matter sign and a guy drove past and said, "Oh, you better not be here after dark" and all this shit. Or people just absolutely kicking off. So, but he went there. Everyone's as nice as pie to him. They're being so lovely. And then it's like, why the fuck have you got this name? But it turns out 15 miles away in a place called Zinc, a little town with a population of 100, the leader of the KKK lives there. And by association, they've also been chucked into the label. Like, none of us are fucking racist. But it's this dickhead outside. But yeah, but you made him like a fucking mug, so I was happy with that. It was a good watch. You should watch it. I can't remember his fucking name though.
No, as far as I can recall, Alabama was supposed to be anti-racial, anti-gay, anti-this, anti-that. It's all Jesus Bible country. It's all that.
A black lad, the one that Tyson Fury just beat 3 times at boxing. He's black and he represents Alabama because obviously you got to remember a lot of the southern states still have a huge black population. So. I think that's just more maybe just what the films and that say, but this place in Arkansas is literally labelled Arkansas, the world's the racist town. But no, I found a funny conspiracy, and I thought I would tell you, Chris, because it's so fucking dumb.
And then we'll go into details.
It's well,
I'm intrigued.
I don't know.
I'm intrigued.
I don't know how. Right, so
what to do with your marriage?
No, it's to do with Keith Richards.
The singer?
Yeah. Did you know that people out there believe...
Wait there. Let me just Google who Keith Richards is again.
Keith Richards was in this Rolling Stones as a guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah. People out there believe that that's not really Keith Richards. They believe Keith Richards...
He's still alive.
Yeah. He's just recently done a gig. They believe that that's actually JFK.
Keith Richards is JF Kennedy.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy. That's what they believe because there's people out there, right, mate? Oh my god. Because he was born in 1945 and it was in the 60s when JFK happened. They believe that he actually turned into Keith Richards, even though Keith Richards is from fucking Dartford in England. It's all a bunch of bullshit. But they literally stood there and they've done these videos and all this carry on about they believe that at a random concert in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, all to the T, so they believe in Dallas, Texas at the Cotton Bowl, Keith Richards will be doing a gig, but it's not really, and if all this happens, it truly means he's JFK. And they won't explain why all of them things to happen means that he's JFK. What connection does JFK have with the Dallas Bowl in Texas? The Cotton Bowl Stadium.
Carnon?
Who?
Qanon.
QAnon?
Believers are saying Keith Richards is JF Kennedy Jr.
Yes, they mentioned because
disguise.
At first they got it wrong. I've got that in my notes. They said it was JFK Jr., but apparently when he turned up, the show didn't go ahead, and they went, "Oh, he can't be JFK Jr. anymore. He must be JFK Senior." And I was watching videos, people were asking these dickheads questions, and they were saying, "Well, how does all this connect to make it?" And they wouldn't answer it, and it was fucking hilarious. So how about that, mate? JFK, there's Keith Richards, there's some British lad from Dartford.
The group also believe, this QAnon, also believe that Michael Jackson is Mick Jagger.
It's the lad at work brought up more bullshit, right? And to be fair, he did show me a video that was a bit like, but it wasn't enough to swing me. He said, "Oh, Dan, they've just found more land." So what do you mean? He goes, "Beyond what we know as Earth, there's 4 extra bits of land, and they don't want to let us know because we'll all fight over the land. And in the middle is a big city where all these dead celebrities live." And I was like, "Oh."
So how does he know about this land?
I don't know. But he did show me a video, right? There's a bunch of Australian lads who believe this shit. Driving out as far as they can in the ocean. I can't remember what direction it is. And they went so far, and there was a random army boat there. And it said, "Listen, stop or we will shoot." And they're like, "No, we're just fishing. We're just going out fishing. We need to go further." And they're like, "No, stop or we will shoot." And then they started going on. And they're like, look. And the video sort of ends. And I was like, well, for all we know, that could be where they do training exercises. So they might be thinking we can't have civilians there because we do train exercises and you might accidentally die. Or some shit like that. But he was like, nah, because why weren't they letting them pass and all this shit? I was like, well, obviously it didn't say that there wasn't more shit there, but it didn't also say that it was fucking dumb. It was really, really
Whereabouts
dumb.
in Australia was it?
Oh, I couldn't tell you, mate. The video started off with them on a boat from Australia and then driving out to the water. I don't know if the video's old. I don't know if it's filmed this week. It's just what he showed me about 30 seconds on his phone. He's on this big old thread, mate. He showed me all of the groups that he's in and all the shit they talk. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. And then he starts talking about bringing up all the old shit about in 2 years we won't have to work. We'll get a national allowance and all this stuff. So it's up to you if you want to work. And I was like, well, how does that work?
How does that work? If everyone stopped working, the fucking whole country will.
No, that's what I said. I said nothing will get done.
Well, we'll come to a standstill.
I said nothing will get done. Like if people need houses built, if I'm getting an allowance for now, I'm not going to be sat making more around. And he goes, well, no, it'll be people's choices to work. I said, who's going to choose to work at a shitty job? Like, I don't know, somebody might hate their job at Tesco's. They're not going to go stack shelves and cash people out if they don't have to.
Man, if I was getting my wage, sit at home, I'd rather just sit at home.
But he said as well, there's this technology which they won't show us, but it will be revealed in the next 2 years that can make absolutely anything in the world. I was like, what do you mean, make anything? He says, right. So says, if I want a comic book, he goes, right, yeah, you just got this machine that gives you it.
He watches far too much TV by the sounds of it.
Well, I don't think it is. I think it's too much internet. Because he doesn't watch TV because all the TV's full of lies.
Too much internet then. And the internet's not.
Mate, well...
Never trust what you see on the internet.
I don't know, it's all of it's just fucked. But I've got another, a weird conspiracy here, which is a nice short one, which I thought you might appreciate because you like space. But the reptilian elite, the people that believe in the reptilian elite, like Mark Zuckerberg and all that shit, apparently humans did already... we already lived on Mars, right? So we're already there, but we destroyed each other in a nuclear war.
Wouldn't surprise him, to be fair.
Well, no, but how's that at all, like, fathomable or possible? How can we already come from a planet that we and you can't just go on now and live on normally? And there's already people there, but they come from Mars to Earth because they had a nuclear war. And then when they come to Earth, they started again at primitive.
Evolution.
Well, it still makes no sense because why did they evolve to a certain peak?
I'm on your team, don't I? I'm just...
No, but I'm just saying, but evolution makes no sense though, does it? Because how can you start a peak here on this planet, come to another planet, and start again from scrap when you already have a basic, like, how did you not already know about fire then? Why were we so shocked when we got fire? Yeah, so, mate, the people out there...
Again, though, we don't know what our ancestors did and didn't do, did they?
Well, we have a nice thing. Like I said, you can go to the National History Museum. I don't know if it's still like it's been years. We want to go to in London, and it will show you our primitive ancestors. The Sir David Attenborough exhibit. It showed you early life and all this shit. And again, it's been years since it's been. You'd listen to his voice, and it would tell you through all the early years of everything. It's there, fucking in front of us. We can. But we're not supposed to believe in that because it's just what the government want us to believe. It's like, yeah, the government want us to believe in cavemen because that's all fucked, mate.
No, I'll stick to cavemen on that situation.
It all makes no sense to me how these... I completely understand talking conspiracies. Like when Joe Rogan's chatting about that, I love it. Just to sit and listen to and have a bit of a giggle for 10.
Yeah.
But it's the people that forget to snap back out. It's the... And every photo I get shown him that, he goes, look, and I'm like, how's that there? It's not doctored. Of course it's not doctored, it's the truth.
You're going to have to show me all this crack.
And I told him to come round, and he's like, nah, because I can't put myself on YouTube or anything Google, because Google's part of the big elites that lie to us and shit.
Like they're going to know who he is.
Jesus Christ. So he's fucking absolute. Like he's honestly so
sad. His voice if needs be.
We'll one of those.
We'll put him in a black room with a
I still have my Buzz Lightyear voice change upstairs.
There you go.
So I can sit and to infinity and beyond.
Talk him into fucking one of them weird mics that we used to have with a kid.
Yeah.
Like he's a robot.
Yeah, it's very unsafe and it's very dumb because he's going around. So basically, in 2 years' time, you don't have to work. You're going to get loads of money. Every tax you've spent, you'll get back. You're going to get weekly allowance. So people that will start to believe him, and when this inevitably doesn't come true, he's going to break their hearts.
Yeah. No, if the whole planet did stop and stop working, the whole fucking planet will be going up in flames within a matter of a week.
Well, that's what I mean. It's
because the planet needs maintenance.
Well, it's just us as daily living. Like, if your car's knackered, you go to a garage to get it fixed. If that person doesn't have to work, there's not going to be anyone to fix it. Why are they going to come to fix your car when they can just do whatever they want to get their weekly allowance?
Exactly. Why would the grasses need cut? Why would houses need built?
Yeah.
Why would the plumbing need maintained?
That's what I said to him. I said, no one's going to come and build houses, are they?
It means the whole planet would come to a fucking halt.
Because he goes, you're not born to work, you know. I said, well, no, not really, but the way we've evolved, we kind of need to work unless you're super duper rich. We need money to keep living. He's like, nah, that's what they want you to believe. I'm like, well, it's fact.
It's fact.
If I choose not to come to work, I am broke. I can't pay for shit.
Yes.
It's because they've made it that way. Everything you learn in school's a lie. I'm like, what the fuck?
What? How old is this guy?
30 odd.
I need to meet him. If he doesn't want to be on fucking TV, the radio, fair enough. But I need to meet him.
You know,
I want to have a conversation.
He'd have to do a background check with you. Because when I did take the comments, I said, oh, come on, it's just me and you. I said, no, my pal will be there. I said, nah, I need a background check. What the fuck? This is a sting operation. It's a setup. It's like, fucking setup. We finally got him. The truth teller.
Just invite him around and then I'll just turn up 5 minutes later. Yes, Johnny!
And his fucking eyes. Like I said, he's so spot on and he makes a mint cup of coffee. He's just absolutely doula. And then when he talks about this shit, he just keeps adding more layers of random bullshit. Like the Russian war stuff, how the Russians are the good guys and they're liberating all the paedophiles. Makes absolutely no sense.
They're liberating all the paedophiles.
Yeah, Donald Trump's the bad guy. Joe Biden's not a good guy. Because it's Joe Biden, but it's Joe Biden. Queen's been dead for 2 years. That'll come out. It's like, what the fuck?
Next we'll be saying, oh, this fucking Jimmy Savile's a good guy. He was a good guy.
No, wrong. He hates pedos, and every celebrity in that is a pedo. So he's like, yeah, with everyone at the BBC, we were right about Jimmy Savile. I was like, well, okay, so that's one person. Next. And I was shouting at random, naming randoms. Tom Hanks, he's one of the worst pedos ever. They go to the island to suck all the baby blood.
I'm going to Google see if I can see someone.
Honestly, mate, you Google the Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks baby blood.
Yeah. And the worst thing is, if he tells you to Google something, you Google it, start reading, goes, don't just read the first thing you look at. You have to scroll fucking page after page. He goes, look, see.
What is the prize? It's the QAnons again.
There you go.
The QAnon believe... QAnon believers became obsessed with Tom Hanks. Why are they obsessed with Tom Hanks this week? This is only February, so this is quite recent.
There's more baby blood.
There's a few celebrities who'd like to... Tom Hanks is charmed, social, blah 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 blah, American popular, blah blah. Despite the fact Tom Hanks is massively famous, entertainment regular makes public appearance, he's either a... What? Despite the fact Tom Hanks is massively famous, who regularly makes public appearance, many are convinced he's either in prison or dead. Executed for
killing kids.
Fucking crimes.
Immoral crimes?
Imaginary
crimes.
Something like that. Became health after Blood Libel, a middle-aged conspiracy theory invested in Christians and God. Jewish people, by claiming, used Christian blood in religion. Blah blah blah. Nothing mentioned about baby blood, mind you.
Oh, mate, it's because it's all the bullshit he says. Loads of celebrities do it. There's an island, I can't remember what the island's called. Loads of celebrities have been and they won't give you the list and what they do. He said he's got a video of Hillary Clinton eating a child's face on video that he could show me. But then I said, show us, and he went, well, I need to get to the dark web first. And I'm like, what the fuck are you on about?
Social media post also claims Hanks was passenger on board a sexual predator, Jeffrey Epstein's...
That's the Jeffrey Epstein's island thing.
Infamous Latina Express, the plane route ferry friends to his private island, flies logs between blah 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 blah. Angst became a popular target after he went into quarantine in the early stages of COVID, fueled by belief that the paramedics was just a cover story. So he went to this island to get his victims, but apparently he was a cuss.
But apparently there's loads of celebs that do it, and it's just fucking absolute nonsensical bullshit.
Who are these? I want to know. I'm going to investigate these fucking QR people.
It's
QR
people that are obviously bored as fuck. I understand sat there and imagining shit and having a good time and thinking about, oh, that'd be mad. But Jesus fucking Christ. And like you can connect dots wherever the fuck you want, but sometimes they'll just force them together and say that must be true.
Right. I don't even fucking know.
It doesn't matter if we mispronounce them. A bunch of fucking idiots.
Is a conspiracy theory that later evolved into policy movement organised by an American far-right political sphere. False claims made by an anonymous individual or individuals known as Q or QAnon. That is capable of satanic cannibalism, sexual abuse of children, global child sex trafficking rings, conspiracy against former US presidents Donald Trump and others during the time in office, has directed roots into Pizzagate, wherever fucking Pizzagate is.
You don't know about Pizzagate? No. It's the actual true thingy where there was Nazi stuff going on, and it was at a pizza place in, I can't remember, and it all got found out. You never actually heard of Pizzagate?
No. An internet conspiracy theory that appeared 1 year earlier. No, it's just by the fucking sounds of it, it's just a lot of fucking weirdos getting together. So, right, what conspiracy we can say this week?
Yeah.
Throw the dart on the ball with celebrity.
Oh, he's definitely an odd.
Yeah.
Baby blood drinker.
Yeah. He shags babies, he's a lizard man, and he's adopted the fucking queen.
Well, no, she's been there for 2 years. Did you see this in the conspiracy? The actual thing, there were two people, a woman who played an extra in Doctor Strange, the first one, her and her husband were nonce a little girl. Yeah, she was one of the people from the first film that had the dark world energy inside of her. She's one of them. I fucking a couple, nonce a kid. Dodgy old bad. Because I mean, there are real things out there like that.
Oh, there is dodgy people out there that do horrible things like that. But I don't understand conspiracy people just go after genuine fucking celebrities just because
everybody
they want to. They're bored, so let's make a conspiracy theory about a certain person this week.
Yeah.
The only thing I probably will believe and will help try and look into it is that we're not alone in this world.
You mean there's aliens in Earth right now?
Well, no, not in Earth, but in space.
So you mean we're not alone in this universe, not alone in this world?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Well, see, I believe that. I don't.
That's probably the only conspiracy theory I am 100% behind.
Oh, they're after us now.
Right.
Shit, they're after us.
We've set the names too much.
I definitely believe in aliens. I just believe us anyway, we'll never see them and they've never been.
Oh, no, we'll be long gone, guys. I'll be lucky if I'm here for another 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years. Yeah, well, it depends how my life is. At the minute, I'd like to stay for a good while, but I'd like to live at least beyond my days. You know, I wouldn't like to live forever because that would be a nightmare.
I couldn't.
I'd like to do a couple of 100 years just to see where we were. I think that would be for me.
Nah, I'm bored now. I just
see how far from bored. I can't actually tell you the last time I was bored. But it would be interesting to see, like, from this day in 100 years' time, what everything looks like. I would just want to have a quick look and be like, oh, okay.
Granted, it would be nice to see where we are in the future.
That's all I want to do is just to see what we look like.
I couldn't stick around for another 200 years or...
I could easily do 200 years, mate. The films would be amazing. The amount of Lego I would have. Where Pokemon cards... I could easily do 200 years.
No.
You must have a very boring life, Chris.
Well, no, not a boring life. It's just I just can't imagine myself living for another 200 years.
200 years is easy. When you get to like 1,000, that's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I reckon a nice solid 500. Like I said, mate, it'd just be.
Well, stick your brain into the computer and
Mate,
be AI.
That'd be another 500 years of watching Premier League football.
And then you'll live forever then.
Like I said, forever's definitely too much because I would want it to cut off eventually. But just to have a ganders, like I said, to see.
Wake us up for about 10 years.
Wake us up.
Just to see how the world's getting on, and then fucking switch me off again.
Switch off. Oh, what did he say? What did the fucking dickhead say about Disney the other day? I can't remember. Walt Disney is actually. Oh, he's actually Hitler. Walt Disney is Hitler.
He was an evil man, though. Walt.
Well,
it's maybe not Hitler. I can't. It's maybe not Hitler, but he was an evil man.
No, see, all of this is alleged again, though. It's more conspiracies. Because if you think about it on paper, he was a cartoonist. There were racist issues there.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely racist issues.
That which is obviously bad. But all he did was make cartoons and bring them to life and make a place for families to go and have fun. But even though he was racist, and we completely straighten out now disagree with it, it's what they were doing at the time.
Mickey Mouse is the first one that was based on a black guy.
Steamboat Willie. That was Mickey Mouse's debut, wasn't it?
He was based on a black guy.
They've got loads of fucking weird ass creepy shit, but there's no real signs out there or actual factual stuff to show. Hence why they still honour him today. If he was that bad, they would dishonour him. But yeah. Anyway, so we'll leave it there. It's fucking weird visuals. Chris has got some stuff to attend to. Watch The Northman as soon as you can.
I'm going to go and praise Hitler. Shh, don't tell everybody.
Praise Hitler. I do like the talk that I think it's mad that a lot of people in the southern parts of the Americas, like Brazil and that, and Argentina, how they speak German because a lot of them went there and stuff. And there's all the buildings where they fucking thingied. But we absolutely raped their scientists anyway. Russia took loads, we took loads. That's how NASA was made with the German science. It's fucking mad. But there we go, visuals. Thank you for listening. Sorry, hopefully we haven't led you down a rabbit hole, but Tom Hanks is a pedo.
Tom Hanks is a pedo, he sucks baby blood, and World War III is coming. Where things are going.
And never to believe. But visuals, thank you for listening, boys. Give me the okay boogie banana.
And as always,
I love you.
9!
9!